Faf, now you have experienced the Chennai School of Cricket for a decade. What makes this team tick, and how is it that they reach the knockouts year after year?
Yeah, I mean, CSK is a fantastic franchise. They've got some great people in that environment. Right from the top, from Mr. Srinivasan to Kasi, to MS Dhoni, Stephen Fleming. It's just a really, really good leadership group in terms of a very calm environment. So their thing is always consistency in players. You can see over time they've always backed their players. And that creates a space where players feel like they're trusted and they are backed. So then that brings the best out of players. So they've certainly done that very well. Obviously, MS has been a crucial part of that. He's been there for, 14, 15 years now. So I can tell you from being there, that does make a big difference with him being on the field. He does influence the group in a very positive way. And I feel like with him on the field, you do always feel like the game is never out of reach. He's always very calm. And obviously a huge part of that team being so successful.
Faf, what about MS Dhoni, or what part of MS Dhoni have you incorporated in your captaincy manual?
Yeah, I speak about it in the book very extensively. I think I'm very lucky to have had some real good leaders that I could learn from. When I started playing for South Africa, Graham Smith was captain there. And then my first year moving to Chennai, I didn't play one game that year, but my sole purpose from that season was to learn. So I would be sitting next to Stephen Fleming, asking him questions, a lot about leadership, I think more than he would have expected someone to ask. And I was just observing MS from a distance, always watching him. So I was stealing with my eyes and with my ears around why he is so successful, what makes him so successful. Because even at that stage, he was one of the most successful international and domestic captains in the world of cricket. So it was just a great privilege to learn from someone like that. But I think also something that I picked up on really early on was the importance of being the leader that you are most authentically. Now, I could never captain like MS. I could never captain like a Virat or a Graham Smith or a Stephen Fleming. I had to find my own way through what is you look at things that you can incorporate from other people. So something that would be an obvious one from MS is the way how calm he is always on the field.
Right.
And I think that's something that's shown through my leadership as well. Like, you'll never see me angry on the field or shouting really at players. It's always just trying to make sure that you are very clear with your players and what is the job at hand or the process at hand. And then you give your absolute best, and then from there you move on. So I think that would be the biggest one that I learned from MS, is just how, obviously he's called Captain Cool for a reason, isn't he? So there's no greater guy to learn about being cool than from him.